Focus isn't about force, it's about presence. In a noisy world that glorifies multitasking, real power lies in the ability to direct your attention. Concentration isn't about grinding harder, it's about aligning your mind, emotions, and actions toward what truly matters. You don't need perfect silence, you need awareness. Focus begins the moment you notice your attention drifting and choose to return without judgment. Every return is a rep, and over time, those reps build mental strength, emotional clarity, and self-trust. True concentration is how you reclaim your life from distraction. It's how you stop reacting and start choosing. Whether you're working, listening, creating, or simply being, the quality of your focus shapes the quality of your life. Discipline, willpower, self-mastery, they all begin here, not in the big moments, but in the small ones. When you choose to stay present, to resist the urge to escape, to hold your ground, this is where transformation begins. Start small. Stay with one breath, one task, one thought. Let focus become your practice until it becomes your way of being. If this spoke to you, hit subscribe button and don't skip any part of the video, and turn on notification so you don't miss what's next. And in the comments, write focus and force. Not for me, for you. You're not here to be louder. You're here to be clearer. If you want to master your life, don't start with chasing goals. Start with mastering your attention. One moment of staying when you want to escape. One breath of stillness when you want to distract. One pause before reacting. Because mastery doesn't begin with what you achieve. It begins with what you refuse to abandon. Focus over hustle. Why depth wins? We live in a culture obsessed with doing more. More hours, more hustle, more noise. But movement isn't the same as progress. Many people confuse being busy with being effective. Yet the ones who create real impact aren't the most frantic. They're the most focused. Focus is the force that amplifies your effort. 10 hours of scattered effort can't match the power of 2 hours of deep, undivided attention. Real success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things with presence and clarity. People don't stay stuck because they're lazy. They stay stuck because they're mentally scattered. Their energy is spread thin across distractions, comparisons, and noise. Focus cuts through all that. It sharpens your direction and helps you move with purpose. Every meaningful breakthrough, whether in business, art, sport, or life, comes from someone who stayed with a challenge longer than others were willing to. It wasn't speed or talent that got them there. It was concentrated effort over time. That's the hidden truth. The most powerful people don't rush. They go deep. They say no to the excess and yes to the essential. Even with money, it's not just about doing more to earn more. It's about focusing on what matters most. Focus helps you slow down, think clearly, and align your energy with work that actually builds something lasting. Because attention is energy. Whatever you concentrate on, you feed. And what you feed grows. Your fears, your goals, your distractions, your potential. It all depends on where your attention goes. That's why some people accelerate in life. They've removed the noise. They commit to less, but go deeper. They don't scatter their focus. They sharpen it. One thing at a time. One deep connection at a time. That's how trust is built. That's how quality compounds. Even in your relationships, the power of focus shows. When you're fully present with someone, really there, it creates something that no amount of multitasking can replicate. In a distracted world, deep attention isn't just useful, It's magnetic, it's rare, and it changes everything. Focus is the beginning of mastery. If you want to change your life, don't start with bigger goals. Start with sharper attention, not with doing more, but with being fully here. One moment of stillness when you want to run. One deep breath when distraction calls. One pause before you react. Because concentration isn't just about productivity, it's about alignment. When your mind and body are in the same place, doing the same thing, with the same purpose, that's integrity. And here's the paradox. When you stop chasing everything, you start achieving the right things. Depth over noise. The world praises hustle, fast moves, packed schedules, constant output. But that's not success. That's motion. Real success, it comes from focus, from depth, from doing fewer things better. You can spend 10 distracted hours spinning your wheels, or 2 focused hours changing your life. It's not about how much you do, it's about how deeply you do it. Clarity beats chaos. Direction beats speed. People don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're scattered. Focus filters out the noise and makes your energy matter. Build it first in the mind. Before anything becomes real, it's imagined. Every achievement starts as a clear mental picture, felt, seen, believed. But most people don't use this gift on purpose. Visualization isn't daydreaming, it's preparation. It builds pathways in the brain. It trains your subconscious. And what you consistently picture, you start to become. Ask yourself, what do I truly want to build? Then see it, daily, with color, movement, emotion, not once, not when inspired, but especially when it's hard. Because focus plus vision equals direction, and direction creates change. Your subconscious is always listening. Most of what we do comes from internal programming, not logic. Your subconscious runs the show. It believes what you repeat. It absorbs what you dwell on. It learns through image, emotion, and focus. If you keep thinking about fear, you reinforce it. If you feed your mind clarity and confidence, it starts to follow. This is why mental rehearsal works. Because you're not just thinking, you're training. Your subconscious doesn't care what's real. It installs whatever you repeat. So, the real question is, are you concentrating on what you want to become or what you're trying to avoid? Reprogramming begins with awareness. Catch the old script. Replace it. Focus on the identity you want. Speak it. Visualize it. Act on it, even in small ways. Because you're always programming something. The only question is, are you doing it on purpose? The power of focused thought. Every time you hold a vision in your mind with focus, you're rewriting your internal code. And yes, it takes time, but it's the only kind of change that lasts. Because real transformation isn't just about what you do, it's about what feels normal. The goal isn't to force discipline, it's to make it feel natural, to make clarity your default, to make emotional steadiness feel like home. That shift comes through repetition, focus, and belief. So use your attention wisely, not just to get more done, but to go deeper, to speak to your subconscious with intention, to feed it truths worth becoming. Because whatever you concentrate on, your mind will find a way to express. You're always becoming. The only question is, are you choosing what you're becoming? Concentration is connection. Here's the deeper truth. Your thoughts don't end with you. Focused thought carries energy. It ripples through your actions, your relationships, your presence. In a world full of noise, fragmented attention, and constant distraction, concentration has become sacred. When you focus deeply, Whether on a person, a problem, or your craft, you create clarity, you create presence, and that presence is powerful. It heals, it resonates, it lingers. True focus changes more than outcomes. It changes people. And in a scattered world, that might be the most important thing we can offer. Focus is influence. Your team reflects your clarity or your chaos. Your energy either calms or stirs the people around you. And at the center of it all is your attention. But this goes beyond productivity. Mystics, scientists, and philosophers alike have spoken of a shared field, a collective consciousness. Call it energy, intention, or resonance. The truth remains. What you focus on doesn't stay inside you. It shapes the field around you. Throughout history, powerful change began with one focused mind, a leader who wouldn't waver, a thinker who wouldn't quit, a vision so clear it became contagious. That's the power of focused thought. When you hold your attention with purpose, you tune into a higher frequency, and others feel it. Your presence stabilizes. Your discipline gives others permission. Your clarity becomes a mirror. This isn't control, it's contribution. We influence each other constantly, with every word, pause, and intention. So, how do we tap into this quiet power? We slow down. We choose one thing. We give it our full attention, not because it's efficient, but because it's sacred. Focus isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become and how that presence changes everything around you. Focus is how you return to yourself. Focus isn't just about productivity, it's how we connect, mind to mind, heart to heart, thought to thought. That connection is the invisible thread holding everything together. You've just taken a journey, not through abstract ideas, but through the landscape of your own mind. Through attention, discipline, imagination, and action, you've seen what real concentration is. Not just silence, but presence. Not just effort, but purpose. Not just stillness, but power. So now, the question isn't, can you focus? It's what will you focus on, moment by moment, when it matters most. Because every day, you're shaping your inner world. You're feeding your subconscious, writing your habits, reinforcing your beliefs, whether by intention or inertia. And concentration, that's your way back to choice. Not because it's simple, but because it's sacred. Your mind isn't powerful because of how much it can handle. It's powerful because of what it becomes when you learn to guide it, with clarity over chaos, with depth over distraction, with purpose over reaction. You don't need more time. You don't need to wait for the perfect plan. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to come back to this breath, this task, this moment. Stay with it again and again, because your ability to focus is your ability to live, and your life is too important to live on autopilot. So pause, breathe, begin. You already have everything you need. If this spoke to you, hit subscribe button and don't skip any part of the video, and turn on notification so you don't miss what's next. And in the comments, write focus and force. Not for me, for you. You're not here to be louder. You're here to be clearer.